What's going on, trucking junkies? Happy New Year. Hope you had a good holiday season. And I'm glad to be back on the road and glad you're with me. The wife is feeling much, much better. She she got rid of her infection. That's completely gone. She up traveling, doing housework, and she went to work today. Check that out. Can't beat it. Yeah, she's feeling a whole lot better though. She was up. We did some house cleaning on Saturday. Yes, Saturday. We were getting new furniture from my daughter and her boyfriend. Okay, the story is they had a coffee shop. Well, it was a juice shop, and they were going to turn it into a coffee shop, and they weren't allowed to open during all this COVID stuff. So when it came time to open it as a coffee shop, they decided to shut it down completely. Well, in that coffee shop was a brand new couch and a brand new chair and an ottoman, and it was in the colors that my wife wanted. So they asked us if we wanted to buy some furniture. So we went and looked at it and liked it, and bought some furniture. So I went and helped them load that up on Saturday afternoon and brought that to the house. But the wife and I were cleaning beforehand. But anyway, yeah. So back to the story. She was up, helping clean and everything else. So she's doing a whole lot better. So also, I got to go bowling again, which was awesome. I went bowling yesterday with a friend of mine from the BMW dealership. His name is Ryan. And when I was bowling with my old ball, he was just spanking me every time we went bowling. And so, so when I told him I bought a new ball, he was like, "Well, what'd you buy?" "I'm gonna go buy a new ball because I don't want to get shown up." And he went and bought a new ball. It's not like mine. It's the same brand, but mine's a different ball than his. And well, we're gonna have to go through that because I'm already rolling. See, I made it. But anyway, uh, so he went and bought a new ball, and yesterday was the first time he'd thrown that ball. And he didn't like it very much. He went back to his old ball, and he won 3 games. I won 2 games. My highest game was a 198. But he beat me on that game still. He bowled a 222 that game. Sap sucker. That's all right. We had a blast bowling. Love to bowl. But I got a rant later, and we'll do a random fact later too. So we've got 444 miles to go. We're headed to Kentucky. We're going to stay at the customer. We'll have plenty of time to get there. I got plenty of fuel. I don't have to stop till much later. But we got plenty of time to get there. It only takes about 8.5 hours from our house to Georgetown to drop off. So yeah, we'll be there a little later, but that's all right. We don't have to deliver until 9:30 in the morning. So let's get on down the road. Let's go. Well, we've still got to take a break. I haven't taken one yet. It's about 1:30. But let's do the story time. Story time, story time. So, my dogs needed to be groomed, okay? And they're short-haired dogs, so they didn't need to be clipped. Just groomed, bath, toenails clipped, teeth brushed, that good stuff. Normally, we do the bath and the toenail clippings ourselves. But with my wife not feeling real well, she decided that we were going to take them to PetSmart down in North Little Rock. If you're listening, PetSmart down in North Little Rock, y'all need to figure something out because it didn't work. Okay? So we paid, I think it was $44 a dog, right? Got 3 dogs. We drop them off, and we told them that Colby, our little badass, sometimes snips at people, and we're wondering if they could put a muzzle on her. Well, they told us that they didn't put muzzles on certain dogs, so that would have been a no. I'm like, okay, well, we've told you. So we leave for, I don't know, about an hour and a half or so, and then they called and said they're ready, and that Colby didn't get anything done because she wouldn't let them pull her out of her cage. Well, so we got a refund for that, right? So get over there, and we paid for the other dogs. We already had them paid for anyway. We get over there, we pick the dogs up, and we go and we buy new harnesses and that kind of stuff because they don't like collars, and my wife's wanting to get out and walk a little more. Harnesses are just better for the little dogs that we've got. And somebody calling me. So we buy harnesses and all that stuff. Well, I didn't really look at the animals until we got about halfway home. Because I was holding them, she was driving. And I got to looking at Daisy's nails. I already know I'm going to have to go home and wash Colby and clip her nails. You know, that's always fun. But Daisy, our biggest dog, I get to looking at her nails, and they're just jagged as all get out, man. I mean, it's like they didn't even try to sharpen their nail clippers before they clipped them. Oh, it's horrible. Dew claws didn't get trimmed or anything. Horrible. We don't think Daisy's teeth got brushed. We think that Summer's teeth got brushed, but Daisy's didn't. Man, it was horrible. I mean, we're spent like, with food, because we buy Blue Buffalo, with food and the harnesses and the trip for the 2 dogs that we paid for. I mean, you're talking $250. You know, you expect at least a halfway decent job, but no. But whatever. End of story time. Oh, we've taken our break, and we're headed to our customer. We got 236 miles to go. It says not too bad. So let's talk about my rant. Well, I don't know if it's a rant or it's just I'm disappointed. So over the weekend, the wife and I decided that we were gonna cancel. I canceled my F1 subscription because I don't need it until March. I'm not watching any old races. And then we canceled Peacock because there's just nothing on it. I mean, paying $5 a month to not watch anything. So we canceled that. So that freed up $15. So we got HBO Max because there was a couple of series on there that we wanted to watch, and then they put Wonder Woman 84 on there, you know. So I'm like, oh, let's watch that because the first one was pretty good. You know, let's watch the second one and see how it looks. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed. Action movie, right? There was some action in it. Not enough for what I would call a superhero action movie. You know, there's a lot of touchy-feely crap in there. Blah, blah, blah. Touchy-feely. So I had a friend on Facebook say that it's now her favorite movie. And I said I didn't really care for it. Thought the first one was much better. And she said, oh, it was great. She said, I was crying at the end. I said, that's my point exactly. I said, you're not supposed to be crying at an action movie. Don't cry at an action movie. It's like just like there's no crying in baseball, right? She said, oh, it was just so nostalgic. I said, what were you nostalgic for? Fanny pack? Because it was done in '84. And she said, maybe. But I just it didn't it just didn't do it for me. It seems to me, and this is my opinion, it seems to me like they're trying to pull in a demographics that doesn't have anything to do with comics. Okay, and I'm not saying that little girls don't sit around and read comics. I'm sure there are some, but mostly comics were made for boys. It was to get boys to read. So we want we don't most comics are pretty woke. Okay, if you go back and you look at the X-Men comics from the '90s, the Spider-Man comics from the '90s, they're pretty woke, which is fine. They can be woke. That's not my problem. My problem is stay true to the goddamn comic. You know what I mean? I like Wonder Woman. I like Wonder Woman comics. I like the old '70s Wonder Woman with Linda Carter. Yes, I do. Okay, stay true to the comics. That's all I ask. That's it. Don't try to change something that has been around since I think Wonder Woman came around in the '60s, '50s, somewhere in there. I think the first stories were written in the '50s. I'm not mistaken. Uh, and I mean it's stay true to the comic. That's all I care about. That's my rant for the day. Let's go.
It's random fact time. Okay, so did you know that octopus have 3 hearts? I didn't either until I looked it up. Yeah, so they've got 3 hearts. One of them circulates blood throughout the body except for the gills. And then the gills they have 2 sets of gills, and each one of them have a heart. Isn't that weird? So they got 8 legs, or tentacles, I want to call them tentacles, and 3 hearts. Check that out. I bet you didn't know that. I did. All right, well, we're here. We're parked. Got a 9:30 appointment in the morning. It's cold outside. I'm gonna turn that bunk heater on here in a minute. I appreciate y'all being here. Leave a comment down below if you've seen the Wonder Woman movie, the new one. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought. And there's going to be some, like tomorrow, somebody's wanting to see me back up into a door. I got to back up into a door at this place. So tomorrow I'm going to show that. Somebody wanted some trip planning. So that's going to take a little bit of setup. So I'll set that up and do that maybe this week sometime. But looks like y'all enjoyed the working video. So we'll continue with that and come on back tomorrow and let's do it all again. I'll see you tomorrow.